He calls himself the Filipino Wrecking Ball. I love that. I think there's a man named Pacquiao who could probably take that title, but I'm not going to argue with Jeff Bartlett, by way, obviously, of the UK. Legion's gym, very famous gym in the UK, Hammer. And a very long-time supporter of CMT.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Rowsthorn.
I think I've asked you this before, but what did you used to come out to when you were back in the day?
Oh, there was a number of different songs that I'd come out to.
Well, your first Aussie title, do you remember what you came out to?
I think Here Comes the Hammer. Here Comes the Hammer. Always a favourite. Back then, it was pretty cool. Now, not so much.
And listen to this crowd for another Boon Choo's son. It is Scotty Rowsthorn without a loss, and hoping tonight to make it 5-0, and the first time in the cage, the Menace.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, battle for 5 on the card tonight, proudly brought to you by Say. This battle will test over 3-minute rounds, 65-kilogram division. Introduced to you first, fighting out of the blue corner with a 5-fight, 4-win record, 2 by way of knockout. He stands 172 centimeters tall, weighing in at 64.35 kilograms. Trained out of Legion's gym and representing the UK, ladies and gentlemen, Jeff, the Filipino Wrecking Ball, Bartlett! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with an undefeated 4-fight record. He stands 174 centimeters tall, weighing in at 65 kilograms even. Trained at the Boon Choo Gym and representing Australia, ladies and gentlemen, Scotty Rowsthorn.
Red, blue.
Final instructions from your referee, Brad
Okay, boys, welcome to the cage. I wish you both the very best of luck. I gave you
Even the ref has a nickname around here. That's how we roll. Brad Vicali laying down final instructions. He does it better than anyone in the country to Jeff Bartlett and Scott Rowsthorn. I've got to say, Hammer, Bartlett, the Filipino Wrecking Ball with the blue tape on there, he looks big. Like, he looks strong.
He does, yep, it's definitely. I don't think he's come all the way from the UK for a holiday either, to be honest with you. I think he's going to give it a red-hot go.
Plenty do. And who could blame them? It's 24 degrees today if you're in the UK, and sunshine.
Beautiful.
You and I both came from Melbourne, which is 2 hours flight south, where it was raining and 4.
Yeah, if you want to know what that feels like, turn on the cold shower and just standing there with your clothes on.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's it for Melbourne these days.
That's what we do to amuse ourselves. Thank you for joining us. Here we are, Rowsthorn in the red.
Nice catch, look for the takedown and gets it reversed.
And Bartlett from the UK in the blue. Sharpish off the right hand is Bartlett, and Rowsthorn answers nicely with a jab. Step up in class, these two. Early, the straight shots from Bartlett, very telling. Although Rowsthorn kicking strongly and getting thrown again. Tighter guard. And high kicking there. Bartlett teeps off the front leg. Rowsthorn looking to just find some rhythm, get a way in. So starts with the jab.
Rowsthorn again, inside 5-1-2 straight after it. He keeps that pressure on, Rowsthorn.
Nice elbow as well there through the neck of Bartlett. You just got the feeling there for a second, Hammer, that Rowsthorn needed to get into the game.
Yeah, we still haven't seen anyone really clinch up a knee either thus far. I'm just trying to think.
Could almost have been a boxing.
Oh, kicked himself off his feet. with a thud.
The Filipino wrecking ball nearly did a number on
Really
the ring
wrecked
apron.
himself. But chopping low. The elbows way out, sort of wide from both fighters. Oh, big step through elbow from the wrecking ball. He goes forward again.
And that's
Throwing caution to the wind. They tangle up. No one really opting to throw a knee.
happy just to elbow and punch.
Stiff jab, jab for jab. And geez, have a look at the face of Scotty Rowsthorn. That tells
Marked
the story.
up already, and there's
eats
another
a
one for
jab,
him.
and again. Just having an entree of these little gloves is Rowsthorn.
Bartlett as well, a little bit of marking, and there's another for his resume, and there's another again. So
Bang.
early days, the straight punching working well for both men.
I think they're both feeling the pressure of fighting with these little gloves now. Big high kick from Bartlett. Steps back, tries to counter. Elbows a little wide.
This will be telling, this exchange here,
Well,
who
nice
can
knee.
operate best in close quarters, Hammer.
Tying up, looking to consolidate the vertical base and then land the knees underneath.
The thing is, so much of the fight has just been on a sort of wide wingspan.
Yeah,
Those
the
sorts of
elbows,
exchanges, the elbows out, a bit of chicken dinner. So
the elbows are way out, which is almost begging for a rib kick.
rib kick, body rip, any of those sorts of things on the menu.
But if your reflexes are fast enough, often the Thais will have their elbows out nice and wide and wheel on the body kick so they can catch it and take you down. Maybe that could be part of the strategy here. Big shots exchanged. Big shots exchanged.
I don't know either of these men, but I don't think that's part of the strategy. I think that's just what's happening.
They're just throwing it out there,
Hammer,
giving it their absolute all. Australia versus the UK, this one.
I can't honestly see a winner out of that first round. Perhaps the man from the UK,
Yeah,
I think.
I'd say probably the UK just slightly. Just putting the more convincing technique down.
Let's have a look at what the replays tell us. And there's Rowsthorn operating nicely, but he was a bit tentative early, and I think that really cost him.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I'll say about Bartlett is he came out firing straight and hard, and that jab, you called the stiff jab 3, 4, 5 times during that first round.
Just had the jab working beautifully. It did Roberts, or Bartlett, I'm sorry. And then backed it up nicely with a couple of straight rights as well.
A very respectful start to our first round in this fight.
Come on, Red, let's go. Come on, out of the coop.
No one opting to clinch for any longer than a couple of seconds, called by Mark the Hammer Castanini in that first round. And here's round two with Bartlett in the blue and Rowsthorn in the red.
Bartlett throwing the big body kick. 1, 2. Puts the head down, throws 2 straight punches through the guard again. The wrecking ball absolutely looking to do the demolition job here. And a big g'day to Tricky Trev and the crew from Gumdale Demolition.
Yeah.
I think it all fits in nicely, really, doesn't
Does. Maybe a Filipino ambassador, Trev. Open up new businesses. I like the straight punching here from the Filipino wrecking ball, but his guard afterwards leaves a lot to be desired. So I think he could get caught on the counter if Rowsthorn had the presence of mind to just stay defensive.
I think it's Bartlett just putting the pressure on Bex for me and keeping that forward momentum happening. He's got his rear hand posture somewhat out and the palms facing his opponent, which sort of will kick the elbow out when you throw that right hand. Got to have that, I suppose, the elbow, or the palm turned in and almost punch with a thumb up linear movement for mine. That's what I like to see. That'll get through the guard and won't be as telegraphic when you throw it either.
It's just physics, really, isn't it? All
again,
the stuff we do.
A big shot there.
Rowsthorn is pushing
now,
forward, and he's seeing his
showing
hands
big
come
heart,
through.
Big heart, Rowsthorn.
And how much is this home crowd playing into Rowsthorn now? With about a minute to go in this second round, he's starting to land some leather, and the Englishman is really starting to blow.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've got to remember, both of these guys only had 4 fights. That's, 4 pro fights is not a lot. But, geez, they're fighting well above their experience.
And 3-minute rounds with 4-ounce gloves is a completely different equation.
All of that is just compounding to be a massive challenge for fighters with 4 fights. The absolute baptism of fire, these two.
All of a sudden, Bartlett looks vulnerable as he eats another right hand and another and a low kick from Rowsthorn, who just is now the steam train that pushes forward.
Yeah, Rowsthorn now starting to consolidate a little bit, and you can see Bartlett's guard just getting a little bit flailing now.
I'd love to see Rowsthorn time up and
1, 2.
knee the body, but he pushes
Rowsthorn.
forward. Leather raining down on Bartlett, and he's
Down
not
he
getting
goes.
up.
Well, from the brink, he's come back. Scotty Rowsthorn.
And Bartlett Hammer is in a world of hurt. He's crawling around like a 2-year-old on a detergent floor at the
Tell you
moment.
what, it's all over. Brad Vicali calls it off. There you go, Bex.
The steam train, I'm calling it.
Tell you what, Scotty Rowsthorn, just like a diesel engine, got warmed up and got going. And that was all the Filipino wrecking ball early. But geez, that is personified never give up.
And he
right
will be
there.
disappointed, Jeff Bartlett, because he came to fight and he fought really well.
As I said,
and he was on top.
4 fights. I cannot question the heart and the commitment of these guys. You know, their technique in some parts is a little bit, needs to be refined. But I tell you what, stepping in, as you said, stepping in 3-minute rounds, small gloves, with only 4
It's
fights
different.
to their credit. Craziness, absolutely.
Whack yourself in the face with a phone book while running on a treadmill for 3 minutes.
Absolute lunacy
And then
going
you're
on
good.
here.
A good stoppage from Brad Vicali, I think, too. I don't know if it was reflected. I did say that he was crawling around like a 2-year-old, and I mean that with the greatest respect. But
Well, he
Bartlett
was definitely in the fog.
wobbling on all fours.
Yeah, he definitely struggled after getting caught. He expended a lot of energy, but take nothing away from Jeff, the Filipino wrecking ball Bartlett. He's going to be someone to look out for. This is it's a baptism of fire, as I said, for him, the young man from the UK.
I reckon we take him out for a drink tonight, Henry. He looks like that sort of lad.
I thought I was just having cheesecake and going to bed.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for 5. Proudly brought to you by Say. The bout was stopped by your referee, Brad Vicali, in a time of 2 minutes and 33 seconds in the second round. And your winner, by way of a knockout, Scotty Rowsthorn.
Well, Rowsthorn remains undefeated against a valiant Filipino wrecking ball. Jeff Bartlett. He was a tank, but he just ran out of gas at the wrong time, and Rowsthorn pounced, and that's the fight game, folks. Hello to everyone over in the UK. Your man was a warrior. But this man just wouldn't go away. And you gotta love that. Whichever team you're going for, you gotta love that. The never say die, the I'm always in this. And that's what CMT brings. Because if you're conditioned and you can withstand, every shot can be a game winner. Every shot can put your opponent on their butt.
Scott Rowsthorn. Mate, you look pretty happy with yourself.
Yeah, not too bad.
How fun is it inside this cage?
It's a whole different feel than being in the ring. Like, you just can't describe it unless you've been in here. It's an awesome feeling, especially coming home with a new cup.
You got some people you'd like to thank?
All my trainers, Josh, just fucking everyone from Bootu, is my language. Everyone knows what they've done and how much they've helped me. So, this one's for you guys.
Well, congratulations on a wonderful performance. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for